Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to Hardwired Review. Nate here back at you with another review video, and today we are going to be taking a look at a 240mm AIO liquid cooler. The company's name is EK, and for only around $80, their AMD/Intel compatible cooler features a really clean black design, which I wanted for my build, nothing fancy, and a surprisingly sturdy construction, which out of all the things that you're putting in your case, the thing that is having liquid run through it that goes like directly on top of some of the most important components that your PC has in it, yeah, you might want to have those built considerably well. No one really wants a pool party on their motherboard. After searching on Amazon for a bit and testing this AIO out for a while, I have come to the conclusion that this EK 240mm AIO liquid cooler is probably the best for $80 if you're looking for killer quality. In the box you get the pump, which is attached to the radiator, in addition to two PMW fans, and all of the mounting brackets and screws needed for both the AMD and Intel installations. So if you happen to be a noob like I was just a little while ago when it comes to PC building, then you might not know that in addition to taking off your old cooler from your CPU, you also need to clean off that CPU, take off all of the old thermal paste, and also apply new thermal paste, which means you have to have some thermal paste on hand. Now, EK foresaw this inevitable mistake that most people would make, and yes, I have made that mistake in the past myself. So they actually included pre-applied thermal paste to the pump, as well as a little syringe with some more thermal paste. So if you ever happen to take off your water cooler in the future, then you have a little bit more to apply if you still don't go out and buy some for yourself. Setting up this AIO was also pretty darn easy after screwing the fans into the radiator, and no, you can use whatever fans you want. These are just the ones that I included, so I decided to put them on the radiator for the sake of this video. And after you have that on the radiator, your fans, you also want to attach the radiator to wherever you want this in your case. You're also going to want to make sure that your case has enough room for the radiator. So if your case has enough room for two 120mm fans, which equates to a 240mm radiator, then you should be fine with space. So after this, you're going to want to screw in the mounting brackets for the pump on your motherboard, apply thermal paste to your CPU if the pre-applied paste isn't enough, and then carefully drop the pump on the screws and make sure not to strain the two valves too much when you're doing this. If you need to, the valves do rotate to offer a bit more flexibility, but you're going to want to make sure that you aren't putting too much strain on the valves, because if they break, you're not going to be too happy. And after you have the pump screwed in, everything is all set, you are next going to want to cable manage and then plug in the connectors from the fans and the pump. Now don't skip this step because cable managing is very important. It just makes your whole setup look a lot easier, and it makes it a lot easier to find cables and unplug them down the line. If you're like me and your motherboard only has two fan connectors, EK has also got your back because it comes with a fan splitter, so the two fans that you have on the radiator will be split into one. So you only need to really take up two fan connectors on your motherboard, which is also a really nice addition. And after this is done, you can plug in your PC and you have a fully working AIO. For me at least, my temps while gaming have gone significantly down. They now hover around 40 degrees Celsius mid-game instead of around 50 to 60. If you want to get into overclocking your PC, or you have a higher end CPU that, needs a lot of cooling, AIOs are definitely the way to go. And if you're in the market for an AIO, then the EK 240mm liquid CPU cooler is a no-brainer for merely $80. This might not be the cheapest 240mm AIO on the market, but in my opinion, it definitely offers the best value. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, you know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.